Hey everybody, Burke Franklin here. Thank you for stopping and checking out my channel. If you're a previous viewer, thank you for stopping in. Today's video is going to be at a family's home that had advertised on Craigslist. They have a large sago with lots of pups growing out of the sides, and it's just this massive clump of things that has overgrown its particular space, and they need it removed and gone. So they were advertising to sell this particular plant, but the person had to dig it out and haul it themselves. It just looked like a massive project for anybody who was going to actually want to purchase it. So I contacted them, let them know that I could maybe help by beautifying this sago, or at least opening it up a little bit so that the buyer can see what they're even getting. So that's what our makeover is today. And maybe it turns out looking nice and they find out that they actually have space to keep it. That is a possibility as well. We're going to find out. We're going to bring all kinds of tools just in case we are prying off pups or chopping things up. I don't really know what they're going to want to have done, but that's what we're going to do. Let's go check out this project and get to it. It's a warm day here in California, so going to bring some water, going to bring some Gatorade. It's going to be warm. Let's go check it out now. So I get asked frequently, why do I do this for free? Go out and sweat and work in the sun. Well, I actually just enjoy taking care of sagos. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy answering questions that the viewers have. So if you have any questions, please ask them. And I'm always very curious if most of you like to watch how the trimming and stuff is done, or if you just like to see makeovers. So if you could leave a message in the comments, let me know which of those two it is. I'd appreciate it. Hi Joe, I'm Burke.
Burke.
Nice to meet you.
Love your VW.
Oh, thank you. I don't know where I should park or can park,
You
or
can park right there, and I'm going to get you 2 cones.
Okay. Awesome.
They require cones.
All right, that's great. Appreciate that.
Oh, I see what you mean, Mom.
I can imagine that when they first planted it, that it looked super nice there.
Well,
but
the house is 50 years old. The plant, I don't know, maybe you can tell the age of it, but
yeah,
it might be as old as the house. And so I had a lot of dead stuff on the ground, so I started cutting it last weekend with a Sawzall.
Yeah. Well, I think what I'm going to do is, I think the first thing to do is I'm going to just kind of trim up. We're going to make this, we'll see what you actually have.
Okay.
And, you know, it might be, I don't know if there's any way that you actually might want to keep this plant here if it actually fit, if it worked.
It fits, yeah.
If we thinned it out, but it's pretty tight there.
I mean, 2 plants, or is it 1?
It started out as 1. There is so much in here. It's going to take quite a bit of clipping to see what we actually have here. This is all, so all this in here is dead, all old fronds. We got to get in there and get this cleaned out. There's no easy way to get in there. So you can see the way that these grow. This was a pup. This is another pup here. These are also pups growing out of here. And so I'm assuming that back, all the way in the back in there, we have more of the same all the way through for probably another 2 feet. So the other thing about these is that if you let these get overgrown and don't care for them and get this big, you could end up with like critters. And I think that this right here is a path back to where critters are living, or were living. But anyway, we're gonna fix that by trimming this thing up. A lot of fronds. So thick in here. It'd be nice to get the chainsaw going right now. Cut off all this, and maybe that'll be the last thing that we do. If my hands survive, if my hands start to get tired, I'm gonna have to use that chainsaw. No.
Oh,
I don't
just
think,
making-
well, it's up to him. We're going to see what we can make it look like without taking it out.
If it looks
Oh,
good.
that looks-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. It looks better
Looks
already.
cool.
And I think
yeah.
he's going to keep it.
Hey,
Oh,
Joe.
that's good.
So
It looks better already, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's been neglected for so many years.
Yeah,
I
well-
love your work, Van.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very
Used to have a
nice.
V
Thank you.
on the van. Bye.
Goodbye. Now we can kind of see inside, closer in here to see what needs to be done. We just need to thin out some of this stuff in here. It's harder to get to even with the chainsaw. So we gotta use clippers, manpower. So I get asked on a pretty regular basis if the plant, how do I know if my plant is a male or a female? The obvious is if your plant is having a cone or if it's having a flower. But I thought I would point out something on this particular plant, that once you have the main plant here was originally a male plant, and I'm not saying this was the original part of the plant, but you can see that this one has a cone. And so any pups that this plant would have will also be male. And so again, down in here, there's another cone and another cone, and these other pups that are, you know, all these down here at the bottom. These will also have cones eventually. None of these will ever have a flower. This whole clump is a male plant. If you ever wanted to have a male plant versus a female plant, you can assure yourself of doing that by grabbing a pup off of a male plant to begin with. If you buy from the nursery, you really won't know, but if you are getting some kind of an offshoot from a neighbor or somebody else that you do know, then you can be assured of whether you're getting a male or a female. So we're getting close here.
Wow.
We're just about where I want to get to, except I want to know if you want more cut out of the back here. So you can see where I've cut at this point.
Can you take that next 3 inches off?
Yeah.
Well, that's how thick that was, huh? Jeez.
Yeah, but it cuts through like butter. So you want to come through like, you want to come across right from here.
Yeah,
across.
I think so.
What about
Not that one though.
what about that clump? You want to leave that intact?
I think so.
We'll leave that one. Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I would leave that one.
Okay. So we'll leave that. We'll shave that. We'll shave that down a little bit tighter there. Give a little bit more space.
Okay.
And I think it's kind of cool looking.
It looks real good. Sandy, can you see the cones?
Can I see what?
The cones? Look through this window. Never even noticed they were there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And what do you? And they turn into leaves.
No.
Oh, they don't.
No.
They just seeds.
They're not even, no, they're not seeds. The female plant will have seeds. And the female plants will have a big flower, actually, that's all enclosed. And then once the seeds are all ready, they open up and the seeds are like the size of walnuts.
Oh.
And this is just the male cones. These just have the pollination. So those cones,
Like pine.
yeah, they're just like big pine cones.
Down here or
Up here.
up here? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Wow.
This one's got one back there's got one.
Yeah, so I was just saying in part of my video is, you know, there's males and female Sago Palms, and this is a male plant. And so the original little plant that was planted would have been a male, and all the little offshoots, all these are little pups that come off of it, they're all male also. So
Okay.
they stay male. It's all males. And the cones are, I like the cones a lot better than the flowers. The female plants have flowers,
Oh.
and they have the seeds.
And they bloom for a while or just
They take a long time. They take a long time. Yeah.
And so what do you do about these cones? You just leave them alone?
Yeah, you actually you could do a couple things. If you like them, then you can leave them for a while. They'll eventually just kind of turn gray and brittle, and
right.
you just snap them off.
Oh.
You don't even have to cut them. They just break
They
off
break off.
with 2 fingers.
You know, different it looks.
It's so amazing. Yeah.
It looks healthy. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a neat plant, and
That's what
you know,
we kept saying. Oh, that plant's got to go. And everybody we said it to said, "Oh my God, you know that's a very expensive plant. You really shouldn't do that." And we're like, "But it's too big."
And they last 100 years or something.
Although
like that.
I don't think there's a age limit.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
no.
you know,
That looks really good.
but
And you love doing this, and you're
yeah, it's fun. It's fun for me.
taped it.
Yeah.
and Use it on your blog because
Yeah,
it's probably a good example of
yeah, it's fun for me.
how out of control things can get.
This one, well, this was. It was just thick. It had never been cut.
Yeah.
It had never been cut.
I think this is a good example of why you should not plant it too close to a
It is.
house or a sidewalk.
It is. It's exactly what it is. You know, and so anyway, I enjoyed doing it, and I think hopefully, hopefully you end up keeping it, and if you don't, then you don't. It's
Well,
it's
we
not.
keep it. It's
No,
looks
it's expensive
beautiful
now.
now.
Yeah, but yeah, they'll be able. I think they'll be able to get back there and do what they need to do.
Right.
So, I'll do that last bit of sawing. And sorry to leave you with that big mess, but
No,
I just
it's
don't
all
have any way of. You should just get a gardener person to just haul it all away.
They travel around here all the time.
Yeah, I think if you start cutting those little pieces up to fit in a trash can, you're just gonna have a sore hand, and it's gonna take a lot of trash cans.
Yeah.
So I hate to leave a mess.
That's okay. I
You know.
might call Athens too. They're supposed to pick up